Being able to decrease the healing, it's pretty cool there for sure when you're considering wars, but
Hey, thanks so much for checking out the channel. If you're curious about any other hero in Empires and Puzzles, you can view my website at anchorgame.com. There you will find I've graded every single hero with a calibrated team of graders. This resource will always be free. Thinking about supporting the hero grades and the breakdown videos? You're welcome to donate. Otherwise, feel free to share this resource with a friend. I have my exclusive line group called Anchor Cove, where you gain access to myself and tons of other experienced players with on-demand information and resources. If that piques your interest, all that information is on the opening page of my website with a short video. Let me dive into today's hero breakdown.
hey, thanks so much for checking out the channel. Today we're doing a brand new hero breakdown on Jabbar. This looks like Metallica's favorite character, Sandman. He's got 531 on his attack, 690 on his defense, and 1323 on his health. Statistically, that attack power is very bad. I'm not appreciating that at all. What are you doing there? 690 defense is okay. 1323 health is pretty awesome there, especially for a 4-star. He is running at average speed. He's part of the Sand Empire characters, which means it gives you a bonus. Between 2-3 heroes, you get anywhere between 10% and 20% defense. This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. It is a free massive turn-based dark fantasy RPG. If you want a huge head start in Raid, all you have to do is click on the link in the description. If you're a new player, you get a 1-day XP boost, 3 Raid Flasks, 1 Ancient Shard, 1 Void Champion Bulwark, and 50 gems. All your treasure, it's waiting for you right over here. As far as his hero special goes, he deals 235% damage to the target and minor damage to nearby enemies. The target and nearby enemies receive 172 damage over 4 turns. The target and nearby enemies get minus 75% healing received for 2 turns. This effect can't be dispelled, and cures status ailments from the caster. Simply put, he's going to be dealing damage, direct damage to target and nearby enemies. He's also going to be putting a dot on them for 172 over 4 turns, and then also reducing the healing for 2 turns. And then also, he's just got a little bit of a little extra flair, just dispelling status ailments on him. It's kind of one of those characters that it feels like he does a lot of different things, but it's a lot of different things that not really that well. When we consider what he does against healing wars, it's pretty amazing. Being able to decrease the healing, it's pretty cool there for sure when you're considering wars. But just the other different abilities, there's just other characters that are just doing it better. So it's a little bit of an issue. He is a monk class hero, which I don't know how he learned his kung fu. It's a little bit weird that he's a monk class hero, but I don't know. It is what it is. If you're looking to throw some emblems on this guy and you got to use them, you definitely got to work on his attack power. It's really, really bad there. So you're going to want to focus on the attack increase first, attack, defense, and then health. Kind of that standard method there. When we take a look at what he does against a Titan, he is going to get a B- grade there. Very, very, very close to a C. 531 attack power is really, really low. It's not going to be useful against the Titans at all. I don't recommend it. Not to mention his hero specials do absolutely nothing really in the way of dealing a whole bunch of damage on Titans. I don't recommend using this character against Titans at all. This is very close to a C grade. Don't do it. He's got the B- grade there. The only reason why he does have a little bit of usability is going to be the fact that he's going to cure some status ailments. He does deal some damage. It's just not that great. When we take a look at what he does on offense, he is going to get a B on offense. I think that there is some potential. Maybe this goes into a B+, possibly. He's dealing damage to target nearby enemies. That is helping out. So that does mean that he can pair well with like Tubertus. So that could be kind of cool to where you're dealing, doing Tubertus, and then he's going over the top and dealing damage to target nearby enemies. But the problem is the sand damage of 172 over 4 turns, it's literally nothing. So you've pretty much just equated this hero to be doing 235% damage to the target nearby enemies. I guess you could time it well if they are using characters that are going to be healing. So reducing the healing for 2 turns, that could be a factor potentially. If you have like Heimdall tanks that you're going up against, maybe that's a thing. Could be a thing for sure. The 2 turns, I think that's probably where you're going to get the most effect for him. but it's really contingent upon facing teams that have a lot of healing. So when we take a look at him defensively, he is going to get a B+ as far as the tank grade goes. With him being at average speed, he is dealing damage to target nearby enemies and can be really annoying with the healing thing. I think that maybe that's a little bit underestimated in my grading sequence, to where that could be really annoying. There's a lot of characters that heal right now. With him going off, it could be quite cumbersome, minusing out 75% healing. So that could be an issue. He is going to get a B+ grade there, just because he does have pretty decent defensive stats. But still, if you're going up against him, you could probably get around it and not really worried about the healing effect for 2 turns. When we look at his flank grade, he is going to get a B- grade there. I just don't really see it being too much of a factor. With him going off now in the flank, you are dealing damage to target nearby enemies, but he's got really bad stats as far as offensively. And by that point, you're not really worried too much about him dealing damage to the target nearby enemies, because it's not really going to be doing too much. I don't think it really messes up your plan, and you can just kind of get around him. So I'm going to give him a B- grade there. Kind of the same situation in the wing. He's going to get a B- grade there. Average speed, not dealing a lot of damage. He is targeting the target nearby enemies, but at that point, if one character's dead, it makes this weird situation to where you're only hitting like 1 or 2 characters, and that's not really going to be that great. So I don't really like him in the wing either. He's going to get the B- grade. Defensively, overall, he is going to get a B. I think that probably the highest potential of him being effective is going to be in the tank position, just given his stats and what his abilities do. When we get into his weekly raid grade, he is going to get a B+ as far as the rush grade goes. With him now running at very fast speed, he is dealing damage to target nearby enemies, and he's almost setting it up so pretty much you can time it to where they're not going to be healing at all. So I do like that a bit now with him running at very fast speed. Not to mention he pairs well with, like I said, Tiburtus, so you could kind of impact the board a little bit better that way. And then when we get into the buff grade, he is going to get a B as far as the buff grade goes. With him running at average speed, he does cure himself of status ailments if anything is going against him, but he's not really pressuring their board too much. He's just kind of a flat hero against the buff tournament. I guess if you need to use him, you can. He's going to get a B grade there. And then on Bloody Battle, kind of the similar situation. Obviously, you're not really worried about the healing effect part to him, but he is still running at average speed. He's dealing damage. It's not that great. It's not bad. It's not awful. He is going to get a B, and that just kind of translates over to him as a character overall in general. He is going to get a B. There is some usability with him. It's not the best character in the world. It's not awful, but I think it's serviceable if you really need him. Again, he is really awesome against the heal wars, though, so you can use him in the heal wars to really take advantage of things.